We're following breaking news from Green Bay this morning. Crews are still on the scene of a fire at Preble High School. Pauline Lee has been there all morning and joins us with the latest. Good morning, Pauline.
Yeah, good morning, Rachel. Most of the streets surrounding Preble that were closed since the early morning hours have since reopened. But this street right in front of Preble, the stretch of Dan's Avenue, officials say will be closed for the majority of the day as crews investigate. The fire marshal is here. Investigation is underway. They are looking to determine a cause of what started the fire this morning. Crews responded at about 1:40 to heavy smoke at the Preble gym, and they said it took them a while to figure out where the fire was. They said it's mainly around the bleacher area inside the gym. It took them about an hour and a half to put out that fire, largely because the gym is just so big and they could barely see anything because of that smoke. Now, we have been out here since about 2 o'clock this morning. We've talked to a lot of students, a lot of staff. The fire here has devastated a lot of the students and staff, both present and past. Have a listen.
I'm just really shocked that our school is on fire and not knowing why. And it's like, I heard sirens and stuff, and it was just like crazy all at once. Like, wow, some part of my history is on fire, and it's shocking to me.
We were able to talk to a district official earlier. They said they've been reviewing the camera footage from inside the school. They said they were notified of the fire because of an intrusion alarm, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was because someone was inside of the building when they weren't supposed to be. It could have been the smoke that triggered the alarm, but they will be notifying us of any other further information later on this morning, as well as the police department, or the fire department, I should say. For now, reporting live at Preble High School, Pauline Lee, Fox 11 News.
All right, thanks, Pauline. If you're heading out the door right now, here's a look at some of the other stories we're following. The Green Bay Water Utility is issuing an emergency water conservation notice. It'll take effect just after midnight for Green Bay, Ashwaubenon, Hobart, and the town of Scott. Crews will be trying to fix a water transmission line. Isel has been downgraded from a hurricane to a tropical storm. It's already knocked out power on parts of Hawaii's Big Island. And President Barack Obama has authorized U.S. airstrikes if militants advance on American troops in northern Iraq. The military is also dropping food and water supplies to thousands of religious minorities in Iraq that are surrounded by militants.
The American Army general who was killed in the attack in Afghanistan has been brought back to the U.S. Major General Harold Green's body arrived yesterday at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. He was killed when an Afghan soldier opened fire at the National Defense University. He's the most senior American soldier to be killed in Afghanistan. 15 other NATO troops were injured in that attack. Veterans should have an easier time getting treatment at VA clinics across the country thanks to a new law signed by President Obama. But some veterans groups think the law doesn't go too far, or far enough anyway. Fox's Mike Emanuel takes a closer look.
More than 6 months after startling reports that veterans died while waiting for medical appointments, President Obama signs a bill aimed at fixing the ailing Veterans Affairs Department.
And we're instituting a critical culture of accountability.
With this law, veterans can see a private doctor if they can't get a timely appointment or if they live more than 40 miles from a VA facility. Also, the VA secretary can immediately fire senior staff who are performing poorly.
If you engage in an unethical practice, if you cover up a serious problem, you should be fired, period. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Some veterans say this could be a game changer, but caution, it's just a first step.
Congress will be tempted to wipe their hands of this, go to the election day and say we've done our part. You've got to keep the heat on what happens next to make sure there's bigger reforms.
With reports over the past year about a growing backlog in claims and delays in care, the administration said solving the problems plaguing the VA was a top priority. But Fox News research shows the president rarely met with former VA Secretary Eric Shinseki. In 2014, they came face to face during 2 cabinet meetings, and when Shinseki resigned May 30th. Jeff Miller, chairman of the House Veterans Affairs Committee, says he hopes today wasn't just a photo op, but a wake-up call. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
General Motors is telling